Hi kids, my name's Nicole and this is Let's Make Art and you're here to paint with us. And today we are doing a fun, there you go, a hatching chick. So this is a really fun one. Go and grab some friends if you want to paint along with them. Now, you will notice that I already have an outline. If you do not have this, you can go to our website, ask a grown-up to help you, and go to our website and type in hatching chick so you could download this outline and paint with us for free. Then you will also notice that I already taped my paper down. Now I really love this tape because it's clear. This is our soft Holbein tape, so it's a good one to use, but just tape your paper down, and the reason why is we're painting the whole thing so then it won't move around a lot, so that will help you out. Then we have our paintbrushes, our palette, always have a cup of water with you, and then the colors that we are using. There are 3 different colors, but what I want you to know is if you don't have these colors, you can use something close to it. So you can use a red if you don't have magenta. I have dandelion yellow, but you can use any yellow, and I have Tahoe blue, but you can use any blue. So we're gonna use it to mix a few different colors while we paint. Then the other fun thing that we're going to do at the very end, but I wanna show right now, is I love this. This is Stickles, and it's basically glitter puffy paint. So if you can see on here on the side, you'll see there's some parts. We're gonna add these embellishments at the very end, and they kind of stick up. And the fun thing is that this one actually we used right here. This is Vida Keenan's daughter painted this, and she used all the different colors. We actually have a lot of different colors, so she had a lot of fun.
Crazy with it.
Yeah. She had a lot of embellishments, so that'll be our fun thing that we can do at the very end. Now, before we get started, we always like to start with our motto. So if you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am kind.
I am kind.
And I am creative.
And I am creative.
Let's do this. Boom. Okay, so the first step is remember to tape it. And then the second step is we're going to mix orange. Now our chick is yellow, but when we're looking at this, there's some orange spots on here. So I'm gonna teach you a cool trick, but first I want you to make orange. So if you do not have orange, orange is 1 drop of magenta and 3 drops of yellow, because the magenta is really strong. So by mixing a red or magenta with yellow, you are going to make orange. Magic. Okay, so I'm gonna clean my brush. Whenever we switch colors, we're gonna clean your brush, and the color we're switching to is I want you to also squeeze out yellow onto your palette because we're gonna use that first. So dip your brush in water, hit it off to the side so it's not super wet, dip in your yellow, and we're going to paint. And when you're painting this, go around the beak because we're gonna do that afterwards. But we're painting our chick yellow. Now, when you're using a brush, you'll see when I paint, I'm not pressing really hard like this because then the bristles, we need to be kind to the bristles. I'm just kind of sweeping across the paper and painting. You don't have to press really hard. That's the cool thing about watercolors. Just kind of need to touch the paper lightly.
Watercolors want to be on the paper.
You're right. They want to. Okay, while this is wet, let's do the third step is I want you to use your orange. So dip your brush in orange. And what you're gonna do is while this is wet, I want you to just make marks. So what that means is I want you to just make little dots and marks on your chick. But do you see how I'm leaving some white or some yellow space? So I'm not painting the whole thing orange. We're just doing a little bit of spots. Now, I know it looks funny, but I'm gonna show you the trick of how we're gonna create feather-like textures. So it kind of creates these cool color explosions. Now, we're gonna work kind of quickly. So I'm gonna wash off my brush, put it off to the side. Now, grab your paper towel. If you don't have a paper towel, go grab one really quickly. But what I want you to do is I want you to rip off a piece of it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna crumple it up together and you're going to push it onto the paper and then lift up.
Oh.
Isn't that cool? So do you see how what happens is that it made this texture like, so we want to look like kind of feathers. So that's why we need to work kind of quickly because we don't want it to dry too much. Now, if you're dried, go and paint more. You can add more and then use the paper towel to lift it up.
Look at that guy.
Look at that.
Wow.
So we just gave him some texture. Great. Okay, so that's the next step. Now what we're going to do is we're going to paint our egg. So this is the time that you get to be creative because you're an artist painting with me and all of ours can look very different. That's another cool thing about art. So if you have different colors, go and grab yours. If you need to use your color mixing guide to mix a color, you can use that. I'm thinking I want to mix up and I really like this navy color, or maybe I'll see what happens. But I really like this color. So I'm gonna mix this. So to make navy, we're gonna mix blue. So 3 drops of blue. And 1 drop of magenta, because navy is more blue than pink. So that's how you get a cool navy color. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna mix it together. Ooh, it's such a rich color.
That's a good one.
Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing where I want you to prepare your color, whatever color you like. And then what we're gonna do is you are going to grab your paintbrush and I want you to just use water. So we're gonna do another fun magic trick. So notice how I am dipping my brush in water. I'm hitting it off to the side so it's not super, super wet, but the water I'm gonna paint with. So I'm gonna show you a really fun technique. So I'm gonna keep dipping in water. And we're just painting the shell.
Do you know how long it takes a chick to hatch?
No, I don't actually.
21 days.
Wow,
Yep.
I didn't know that.
So fast.
Cool, good fun fact. Okay, so we did that. I want you to just do the top one first and then we could do the bottom one after. So we have our water and it's wet. Now we're gonna grab your color. Here's a magic trick. I want you to touch a part of your paper that is already wet and watch it explode. Ready? Whoa! Look at that. So you got this super cool texture and look. And the reason why is the paint is expanding or moving into the water. So it's going like this.
Whoa.
That looks so cool. So you can go and add more colors. If you want to add more colors to that, you can do that. But I love that. So let's repeat that step. And then I'm going to do it again. Now, if you're like, Nicole, I want to do something different, do it. You can do different colors. You can mix different colors. You don't have to do this water technique. This is just one I wanted to show you and teach you. But you are an artist, so you get to do what you like because it's your painting. So don't ever forget that. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do that again. And then I'm going to grab my paint, my color. I'm going to let it explode. Whoa!
What?
Whoa, that one really exploded. I love that look.
Whoa, look at that second layer almost it made.
Which part?
In the middle. It kind of looks like blue mountains
right there?
now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So watercolors, remember, does its own thing. So you never know what's going to happen. And also, as it dries, it's going to continue to look different.
Yes.
So this is so fun. Okay, so we painted our egg. So again, if you want to add more to it, you can. Okay, so we added our color. Now, this step is I want you to have your painting fully dry before we go to the next step. So if you need to take a snack break, this would be a really good time. Or I have a heat gun tool that I really like to use, and it's going to blow hot air, and so it's going to help dry it. So you can do either one, and then I'll meet you back for the next step. Okay, so we are back, so our painting is fully dry, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint the background right now. So, I'm going to use blue. I'm gonna squeeze out some blue on my palette because I have a blue sky. But I was thinking about it, if yours is nighttime, you can make it black. If there's a sunset going on, you can paint it a different color. Again, maybe there's trees in the background?
Yeah, dark green trees.
Or if your chicks live on a barn,
Yeah.
you can paint that.
You could have fence behind it.
Yeah. There's so many fun things you can do.
Of the moon.
Yeah. Now, you'll see when I'm painting I go grab some water if it dries out. But the main thing is when you're painting this, so I'm going around my chick. If it goes into the next color, I love it. It's okay that we paint and go over our lines. But what I want you to do is when you get to the bottom is I want you to leave some area if you want to draw grass. If you don't, you can make it all sky. But I'm gonna paint some grass, so I'm gonna leave this part white. Now, I moved pretty quickly, and the reason why is I wanna show you another fun technique with our paper towels. So it's actually the same thing where I'm gonna grab another piece of my paper towel and rip it, and we're gonna make some clouds if you would like. So do the same thing and scrunch this together, and what you're going to do is on parts of this, you're gonna push and make some clouds.
Ooh.
Not fun?
That paper towel is a great tool.
Right? Who would have known? A paper towel can do these things. So it's really, really light, and I really like that. It's just a little bit of texture. Fun. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let this part dry a little bit, and let's do our eyes, because we're gonna go from here and then paint down. So for our eyes is we need to mix black. Unless your chicks have different colors, eyes, which they can.
Oh yeah.
But if you want to make black, what you're going to do is you're going to mix the 3 colors that you have. So I'm going to do 5 drops of yellow. Oh, I don't know how many drops I did, so we'll see. Mix some yellow, mix some magenta, and then mix just a little bit of blue. You don't need very much blue because the blue is really strong, so let's see what we get. This is how you experiment. You just try things and you see what you get. Oh, that made a brown.
Nice work.
Cool. Let's see. Sweet. I kind of like that.
I do too.
Let's keep that. So the color that you are doing is you're going to just pick some up. Now I moved to my really skinny brush, but if you don't have a skinny brush, it's okay. But what I want to show you is the palette in the shot?
Yep.
Okay, so when I pick this up, do you see how there's a lot of paint on here? So your trick is on your palette, go like this and kind of paint a little bit and roll it. And then it evens the paint out, and we're just gonna use the very, very tip of our paintbrush to draw our little dots. So you're gonna just touch the paper like that. And then touch the paper like that. So you see how I'm not pressing really hard? And that's how you can make your eyeballs. How cute is that?
So cute.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next step, which is painting our beak orange. Now, I actually already have orange, which you probably do too, because we used orange for our texture and our feathers. So always remember, whenever you are switching color, I want you to clean your brush. So I'm gonna dip my brush in water, sweep the bottom of the cup, hit it off to the side so it's not too wet, and I'm gonna use orange to paint our beak. So this is the same thing where this is a really small area, so maybe pick up paint, paint your palette a little bit and swirl, and then really lightly touch the paper. That way there's not too much color on there, and you can paint like that.
Nice beak.
Boom! Okay, next step is let's mix green, because I realize we don't have green right now. So to mix green, there are 2 colors. It is blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow, blue and
So
yellow.
I'm gonna use 1 drop of blue. Now, blue is really, really strong, so I need more yellow. 1, 2, 3. So 1 drop of blue and 3 drops of yellow. And remember, clean your brush because we're using a new color. And mix it together. Boom! We just made green. So I'm gonna add some grass. So when we're doing this is draw blades of grass. And I'm going to paint it coming from the bottom. So do you see how I'm starting here and then painting up? Mm-hmm. And maybe some blades of grass go over it. Or maybe the egg is behind. Either way, add some blades of grass and then let go at the top. I like doing that. So do you see how it does that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Boom. Okay. Green grass. Now, we are actually done with our watercolors.
Whoa.
So we're gonna use our Stickles, which is that fun one that I showed you. But before we do that, let's clean our brush in water and put it right here, and I'll sweep the paper towel so that it dries it off. Let's close our caps because we want to be kind to our tools. So let's close those up. And then when you are done with that, if yours is still wet, you might need to let it dry. Mine's pretty dry except for right here. So I think I'm going to try and show you this new trick without touching that. But what you're going to do is you're going to grab your Stickles if you have this, and I want you to open it up. And you'll notice that there's a tip right here, so you're going to have that tip facing down. And if you've used a lot of it, what you're going to do is you're going to go like this, but don't squeeze yet. You're just going to get all the Stickles down to the bottom. And then you're going to squeeze and put it on your paper. Look at that.
Ooh.
So you get to be creative. Maybe you outline your whole chick. Maybe you add some decorations because it's an egg. So maybe if you want to draw some zigzags on your egg.
Yeah.
You can add some polka dots. Oh, so I'm squeezing it out so that it comes fully out. Now maybe I'll do the same thing here. And remember, we have all different colors. If you really like this and you're like, wait, I want this in more colors, you can get that. And the fun thing is I wanted to give you yellow because it kind of takes up the different colors. So it kind of looks green right here.
Totally.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
And when you're doing it, sometimes it might not make a perfect line, and that's okay. You're just adding some fun texture to it. Then I want to just show you one other fun thing. This did not come in your box, but this is another fun product. It's also called Stickles. It's just a different type. So we wanted to show you that really quickly, where if you open it, this I'm going to use a popsicle stick, or you can use a plastic knife, but just ask a grown-up to help you. And this is also glitter, but with this one, I'm going to spread it on here.
This one's the original one that I've ever used.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was one that we had a long time ago, actually.
This one's a lot of fun, too.
I love it. So again, I'm gonna use my finger to spread this. This is just another fun way to add to your painting. There's so many fun things you can do. Whoa!
Nice.
Fun. Okay, so there's so many fun things you can do. Now, we're done.
Oh.
So you did it. You painted this hatching chick.
Wow.
Wasn't that so fun? So we want to see what you make. So we have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Kids Projects. We have an Instagram called Let's Make Art Kids. We want to see what your hatching chick looks like. Keaton, does he have a name?
Gerald.
Gerald. Okay, Gerald, this is our hatching chick's name is Gerald. So we want to hear if you name your chick, if there's a story behind it, tell us a story. And also, really quickly, I wanted to give a shout out to the Meyer family. They painted together as a family. So this is a fun thing that you could do if you're like, I want to do more. Maybe go grab some people in your family and paint along. There's 7. 2 of them are 7 and 1 of them is 9. And they actually used our Stickles to add on it. So it looks really cool and it's shimmery.
Cool.
So anyways, thank you for painting with us. And this was so much fun. And always remember that you are brave, kind, and so creative. And we'll see you next time.